You know, I've been hearing little bits and pieces, and then today it was one of the main topics of discussion that Donald Trump is going to pull the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement and the obligations that go with that agreement. So here is one fucked up man. I mean, Trump is nuts. And yet he has the power to withdraw the United States from a global climate treaty that is so goddamn necessary first step in trying to reduce the rate at which the planet is heating up. With the end of this heating process, destruction. So Donald Trump, who for some, I don't know, as long as it's church night, if there is a God, this must be his way of saying, ha, fuck you, ha, people, I'm giving you Trump. So Trump has the power to pull all 330 million of us in this country and the 6 or 7, 8 billion people around the planet into a disaster setting. One person can do this? And the conservatives are just cheering and peeing their pants. They're so happy. Oh, my God, this is great. This is great. I think 22 Republicans, conservative Republicans in the Senate, or was it the House, or who gives a shit? But they sent a letter to him encouraging him. Oh, yes, Brother Trump, do that. Pull us out of that commie horse shit. Why is it that every single conservative party, political party on earth accepts the science of climate change, except the Republican Party in the United States? Why is that? Now, I heard on the electric TV today that the reason that's the truth is because the Republican Party is owned by the fossil fuel industry. And these filthy sons of bitches in the Republican Party are going to do nothing to disturb their income. It is so disgusting. At the G7 summit in Italy, in Sicily, if you remember that last week, despite what is reported as an intense discussion with Germany, France, and other countries who made it clear that they wanted the U.S. to meet the Paris climate obligations, Trump refused to join in the issuance of a joint communique on the issue. As Juan Cole reports at Informed Comment, the communique on climate change said, in part, quote, understanding this process, the heads of state and government of Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, and the United Kingdom, and the President of the European Council and of the European Commission reaffirm their strong commitment to swiftly implement the Paris Agreement, end quote. Who's missing? Chancellor Angela Merkel is quoted as saying, quote, the entire discussion about climate was very difficult, if not to say very dissatisfying. She's talking about the one-on-one conversation she had with this goddamn brain-dead moron. So today, everybody was quoting the website Axios that is reporting that close associates of Trump has said that he's made up his mind. He's pulling out. Now, if he does this, it will open up the United States to punitive tariffs, lawsuits, as well as boycotts affecting tourism and investment. Worse, Cole reports, it will make it impossible for the world to keep global warming to 2 degrees Celsius. Trump managed to infuriate India by blaming India for inaction on climate. Actually, India just canceled a bunch of planned coal plants and is implementing wind and solar power with great enthusiasm. The target being carbon emissions reductions far more ambitious than those in this country. Whoever's speaking for this collection of assholes in the White House, whoever's speaking for them says that Trump has not yet reached a final decision on the Paris Accords. And hundreds of corporations and world leaders are furiously lobbying this asshole to stay in the agreement. And within Trump's administration, some senior officials, including the ExxonMobil liar-in-chief, Secretary of State, now Rex Tillerson, they've warned Trump that the diplomatic repercussions from leaving the accord would be severe. But Trump doesn't give a shit about that. What? Trump, in a nod to his fossil fuel backers, and according to several reports today, will be pulling out of the accord. Remember, Trump claimed that anthropogenic climate disruption, man-made global warming, all right, human-made. Let's not leave the ladies out, huh? Human-made global warming, Trump says, is a hoax. Because he knows more than 98% of the global scientific community who agree that humans are the cause of our warming planet. And the remaining 3% of the scientific community has been shown to be taking funding from the fossil fuel industry. Why, of course. That's no surprise. Dar Jameo, writing at Truth Out, puts it this way: Trump's move displays a callous disregard for the future of life on Earth. Jesus Christ. Could that sentence have ever been constructed by at a time when this country was led by anyone other than Trump? Any leader of the United States? Could you have put together the statement that that person displays a callous disregard for the future of life on Earth? I can't think of one. But I don't know. Maybe in the 19th century there were a series of them. I have no idea. But of all the presidents I've known and read about in the modern era, no, none of them would have fit into that sentence the way the word Trump does. A callous disregard for the future of life on Earth.